Good afternoon, welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on the 2001 Kawasaki Vulcan 1500 Drifter. And I don't know anything about this bike. You just saw the video where we brought it home. It's going to be a bit of a project, I believe, but I don't know yet how big of a project. So I just got this thing warmed up. First thing we always do is go through fluids. So we just warmed her up. She's been outside idling for a little bit. We're going to change the oil first. I got some Lucas and a Fram. Don't diss on the Fram. It's going to be temporary, and even if it's not, don't diss on it. So we're going to hit the oil up. We're going to hit the coolant up. I think the radiator is actually leaking on this. This is a liquid cooled bike, and down here at the bottom of the radiator you can see a whole bunch of liquid. So unfortunately I think we're in the market for a radiator. But that might be the worst of our problems. If so, that's okay. So I just went to the Sturgis Treasure and I got this thing licensed, so we're good to ride following a tune-up. So we're going to check the spark plugs, we're going to do the oil change, we're going to check the coolant, maybe we'll fill it up and see how fast it leaks. It looks like it's leaking pretty good. This is kind of a weird idea to put the radiator right here. I mean, this fender comes down far enough to protect it, I guess, but I don't know, I feel like that's a little sketchy, but whatever. What else are we gonna do? We got a little blinker action to fix here. Our blinker switch on here doesn't work, but that's okay because the guy that sold me the bike also gave me a, he said new, it's not new, it's a used blinker assembly, but that's okay. So we can wire that in. Brake fluid, we're going to check on the status of the brake fluid. We're going to check the brake pads, even though they look like a pain in the butt to get to with these fenders. And we're going to dump some seafoam in the tank just to help clean the fuel. This is pretty much an empty tank. I put in 1.5 gallons or so yesterday just to fire it up. But otherwise, it's been sitting for at least the summer, if not longer. I know that because there was weeds growing up all over this thing. In fact, when I fired it up yesterday and let it run for a while, it was smoking bad, and found out it was burning off some weeds. So other than that, this is not a today project, but we're going to want new grips here. I can barely reach the handlebars comfortably, so we're going to pop those, loosen it, and we're going to lean these back just a little bit more to reach for my reach. We can't test the blinkers till we replace that switch, but all the other lights work. The 2 ditch lights, the headlight, the license plate light, and the tail light all work. Now, we're not going to be able to ride this on the freeway or nothing because this seat is completely trashed. It is very broken apart. So it's barely holding on. All the structure underneath it, all the plastic, the tabs, the mounting places are all pretty much trashed. So we're going to need to get a new seat before we go crazy riding, but we could still do around town just for the fun of it and see how she goes. Make sure she at least shifts. I still don't even know if she shifts. Front end is also very springy, so we'll probably be rebuilding the forks. Replacing the radiator, we hit on that. Oh yeah, this has to go. We don't do that around here, so that's got to go. Once we get through all of that, maybe we can take a ride. Probably not today at this rate, but it's already noon. Spent a lot of time getting it registered. I also took some old catalytic converters to the scrap yard, and that took a minute. But yeah, so we'll probably eventually want to replace the sissy bar pad too. It's seen better days. But those are somewhat cheap. That's the expensive thing. I would like to, if you guys watched the V-Star series with me when I was building up the V-Star, I put some Viking hard bags on the back. I would like to do that with these. I do not like those. They're kind of all broken anyway. None of the clasps latch. They're all broken away. So yeah, that's our project. Stick around, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of videos coming on this thing, I can tell you already. But right now we came in to change the oil. A very basic first thing we do on every new vehicle pretty much. Oh, let's just grab our oil pan. See if it fits down there, probably not. It does. I don't know what this oil is going to look like because I don't see it in the sight glass. The sight glass looks empty even when I tilt this up, so this this might not look great. Oh, let's see if we can find the drain. Oh, there's the filter. Filter's nice and easy to get to. I actually really like that. I have no idea what all these dangly doos are. I'm assuming breather tubes. They look kind of ugly sitting down here, but whatever. It is a 17. So righty tighty. So we need to go towards me. Oh boy. Oh geez, guys. Oh, why do people do that? All right, we're gonna have to use a little leverage here. Brr. Concrete floor is cold. Use a deep socket so that I can get away from this exhaust with an extendable ratchet so that I can use some leverage. There we go. There we go. Well, there is oil. That's comforting. We're gonna let that continue draining and come over here. So the crush washer that the previous person put on does not fit. It is jammed in there, so I'm gonna have to use some channel locks and see if we can't get this off here. See if this will work. I think it will. So we're just holding the washer with the channel locks, adjustable pliers for those of you that want to be correct. And we're spinning her off. Oh yeah. There we go. Put that right there. Pull out our secret stash here. See if we can't find one that fits. Look at that. A little too loose though. Too loose for my comfort. It's kind of too loose as well. Don't presume. Oh, look at that. Copper crush washer it is. It fits perfect. All right. This bad boy's got to come off. Show you right where that goes. No superstition here, boys. We know where we belong. All right, we're gonna go for this filter. See how that goes. Oh, it looks accessible, but I can't get my fingers around it. Let me grab a wrench. Oh, snow guys are here picking up snow. The city, getting it off the streets. All right, well, let's take a break. Nope, that is still draining. Okay, give us a little more room here. Oh, nice. So the oil filter wasn't on all that tight like usual. That's good. All right, take this sucker right over here and let her drain out. All right, so we're going with Lucas, not because I think they're amazing, just because that's what was on the shelf. Do I think they're not amazing? I don't think anything. I just bought some oil. Same with the Fram filter. I don't think they're amazing. I don't think they're not amazing. I just bought a filter because I needed a filter, and that's what was on the shelf. So that's what we have. I do like to check and just make sure everything's in where it's supposed to be on these before I go crazy. I'm not filling this up all the way because it is a horizontal filter. I'm just filling it about halfway just to help avoid some harshness on the first start. Right about there. Before that oil settles down, just go put that on. Okay. Man, this filter feels tiny. It's a baby little filter. But she goes on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pretty much just finger tight. I can barely get my fingers in there, so that's about there. I'm gonna take our drain plug. Pop that back into place. Don't know what the torque spec is. We're gonna crush the crush washer. And just a little bit more. So right there. Oh, grab our towel. Clean the floor, clean her belly. I'm going to use a big old screwdriver, pop open the oil fill tab. I don't know if you can hear that, but our snow removal people from the city are here picking up all the snow they piled up in the cul-de-sac. All right, put this right next to the pipe where it'll melt. Grab our first quart and dump her in. So I did look up capacity on the Googler. From what I'm gathering, it's 3.1 liters, which is just over 3 quarts. So I did buy 4. Shake it up just to get whatever additive package may or may not be sitting in there. Removed. All right, hey, now I'm gonna grab the bike, kind of tip her over a little bit and look at the sight glass. Oh, they always gotta put these where you can't see it. All right, so when we're sitting flat, we are at the top of the sight glass. But granted, we have not ran the engine, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and button her up. When we're all done with our little tune-up here, we will run her for a little bit, and then we'll check again, maybe put in another portion of a quart. But for right now, we're going to leave it at 3 quarts. Put our fill cap back on. Boop, there we go. So that's the oil change on the Vulcan 1500. That's not a how-to, that's a just, I'm figuring it out. I just literally just did what I was doing. I didn't research it, I'm not a mechanic, I don't know nothing, guys. But seems to have worked out just fine. They're pretty standard. All right, so the next thing is the air filter. I pulled that apart yesterday. I already know the air filter's good. Surprisingly, it's actually pretty decent. So we're not gonna worry about the air filter. We do need to check the coolant level, which I'm guessing, I really don't know where to check the coolant level. I feel like it should be that, and that looks good, but I don't know. I kind of want to drain the coolant and put in new coolant. Looks like our main hose for the top of the radiators here, right behind the horn, comes up, and I'm guessing it's going to be right here behind this bezel. I won't know that until we take it apart, so I think we're taking this sucker apart. Yeah, it's still hot from running it up. Oh yeah, so it's gonna be like straight this way, I think, is the cap. So we're probably gonna figure out how to get the tank removed. It's not a bad thing to do anyway. The more you know about your bike, the better off you are when you're on the side of the road, honestly. So I think we're gonna do that. I also want to take this panel off just to see what the heck is behind here, because I don't know. It might not be anything. It might be a little toolkit storage. There's a little bolt here that somebody put in that looks like it's right in front of the exhaust, which is great. But we'll probably take that apart and see what's back there just for the fun of it. And I went to Fleet Farm and I did buy a new battery. The battery in it seems good. But just in case I bought another one, we're probably going to put this one in anyway. It's an AGM. I like the AGMs. And then we'll use the one that's in here as a backup. But for now, we need to get this seat off. Oh yeah, we gotta move her. Let's not drop anything in our oil. Oh. Let's just slide that over there for now. It's starting to get a little roasty in here. Oh yeah, 72, that's beautiful. Let's turn this down to like 68, 69. Okay, so I get the seat off. It looks like you unbolt it everywhere, which is not a problem. There's no bolts in this seat. And then the front end slides in, so you gotta pull it this way after you unbolt it. See, yep, there we go. Yeah, so our seat, we're missing a pad on this side. We've got that pad, missing pad. Both these pads have been completely smashed out. We've got one bracket, which you screw to hold the seat down. That's in bad shape. The other one's completely busted out. Even the front end where you slide in is all busted up. So the only bolt that could potentially hold this down right now is this one at the tail end, which we're of course missing. So yeah, there's that. I am looking into seat alternatives, yes. I'm not riding this on the freeway until I get a seat that's, you know, seatable. All right, so tank removal. Looks like 1 bolt, that's fairly typical. I'll probably have to take this off to get this bezel moved. We might not even have to move the tank. The cap might be like right here underneath the bezel. Let's explore that option. Just pop off. Yeah, it does just pop off, okay? So now, looks like this pops up here, and then you can slide it out the front side. Okay, there is officially not a radiator cap right there. But now we can see, looks like 1 bolt here and 1 bolt down here, and we should be able to pull the tank. All right, so let's see if we can just slide this backwards a little bit, maybe. Oh. Drop more stuff. Oh. Aha, see the radiator cap. So maybe we can just hang this off the side like that. What we have down here is not a carburetor, which is amazing. I hate carbureted vehicles. I don't want any more. So this one is non-carbureted. Very good. Means you have to take the tank off less theoretically. So, oh, this has a bleeder screw. So that's got to be a bleeder. That's cool. Yep, we're okay. All right, look at that. It's dark green. Looks like we're almost full. All right, well, if she's full, let's go ahead and button her back up. That's good to know. So it doesn't look like there's anything else we need to do under here. Connections look good, all looks good. A little dusty for sure, but good. Okay, I don't know what these are. That would be nice to know what those are for. If anybody knows what these are for, let me know. I'd like to be able to charge my phone on the bike. In case you ever end up on the side of the road, I learned with that V-Star to always be prepared to be on the side of the road. Sad as it is. It's true. So that's all back together. Now I want to figure out how to get the battery out. I want to pull that out, put mine in. I actually probably don't need to. I just want to make sure that it's going to fit. I'm scared that mine will not fit because it's not the same part number, it's a different part number. So yeah, let's pull it off. Pipes have cooled off since warming her up. Oh, no way. There's the coolant reservoir. Okay, so that's cool to know. Well, we can top the coolant reservoir up here. Is there min-max? There is. Let's go ahead and fill this up like halfway though. It's actually really good. I was kind of annoyed by the fact that it looked like you would have to pull the tank in order to do this all the time. I want to guess that's about where we want it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fill her the top of that nipple there. I'm going to call it good. All the way in there. There it goes. Okay. All right, so that's there. So we don't need that for removing the battery apparently. What is this? It's the J-Bot. Oh, these are your fuses. Horn, accessories, fan. Turn, ignition, tail, head. Let's check all those just for the hell of it. Look at that. First one I pull is broken. See that? That's a blown one. That one is, let's see, what is that one? That one's the turn signals. Ha! Okay. I'm only putting it back for right now. We'll take it. We're going to replace it anyway. So turn signals is blown. Oh! Okay, that one is good. That one is good. 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 Ah. And good. All right, so we need turn signals. We already knew that though. Oh, we didn't know it was the fuse. Let me go find a fuse. We might have one right here actually. Nope, none of those are the right size. Here we go, here we go. That looks promising. 10 amp right there. All right, we're gonna slide that boy in and we're gonna put, let's see, what's the 30? 30 is just a spare. What? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 30. Somebody took the spare 30 amp and put it there in the headlamp. we're going to change that back to a 10. Put this 30 back in as a spare. Now he does have aftermarket headlamp with running lamps. Maybe the 10 amp wasn't big enough, but if the 10 amp's not big enough, we need to upgrade the wire too. All right, we're gonna slide that brand new 10 in here, just like so. And we're gonna put this 10 back in as a spare. So we're back to 2 spares and everything's golden. So next thing I wanna do is play with the battery. I wanna see if I can get this battery out, only so I can verify the physical dimensions with the battery I just purchased, because I think that would be worthwhile. Plus I wanna get my own charging cord on here because I don't use those ones. I use the, what are they called? Noco. I use the Noco Genius ones because I like them better. So that's what we're using. So I want to get rid of that. Might as well pull it, verify the whole battery fits. Oh, there it goes. It just stuck in there. Whoo! She's stuck in there hard. All right, so what do we got down here? We got some random rubber and some random cardboard and all that. Good news is, physically, this looks the same as this one now. Nice. So they are the same size. USA super sealed. Let's see if there's a date on this thing. See if it's worth putting it back in or pull it out as a spare. 14 amp power. Say EPP. I don't see any battery sticker. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put mine back in because I know I just bought mine. And there's a sticker on it that says 223, and this is March. Boom, boom. We got our connecting end here. Now there was a little thing in there. So then this looks like it went something like so. Slides in down like that, I guess. Ugh. Wow. Maybe this battery is a little bit taller, huh? That's a big wallowed out plus sign screwdriver. Oh yeah, she don't fit as good by any means. All right. Battery ain't going nowhere, computer ain't going nowhere. She's solid, guys. Whew. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, grab some zipper ties. Go pink, let's go gray. Let's grab a gray. And we're gonna zip tie. I think I want this hanging out the back like that. So we're gonna kind of just get it to stick somewhere over here. And there you have it. So we got the oil changed. We've got the coolant topped off. It looks good. I'm not gonna change it right now. So coolant topped off. The brake fluids look good. You can see right where we're supposed to be. And that one's full because the bike's leaning, but when we stand it up, she's right where she's supposed to be. Spark plugs I didn't look at. We'll check those a different day. It's running late in the day right now, so that's where we're at. Yeah, boys, I like it.